Hey, I got a question for you today. So, how come, why come over there, just to be clear, those folks look like they get 1,000 things done a day? Like when it comes to bossing up their business, they in serious beast mode, okay? And when it comes to you over there, it's taking you like a year to get one thing done. All right, hun. Today, what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you about how to get unstuck, boss, so that your success can stick, especially if getting things done, getting more done is a struggle for you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what you can do. But before we start there, let me say here, welcome, welcome. It's your girl, LaShanda Henry here, aka SistaSense. Always excited to share things you can do to work on your money, marketing, and sales goals too, with strategy and intention. So, getting stuck, what do you gotta do? Well, I get this question all the time because I'm an entrepreneur that gets a lot done. And folks are oftentimes asking me, how do you do that? Like, you always in serious beast mode. I don't understand how as a mommypreneur, you get this done, that done, and so much more. And I'm over here struggling. I am stuck, LaShanda, and I need some direction as far as what to do to move forward and move forward quickly, right? So here's the honest to goodness truth. The reality of the situation is folks like me who tend to get things done relatively quickly. It's because, real talk, we decide what needs to get done and we do it, right? There's nothing deeper than that to it. But to be honest with you, even though that sounds simple, for a lot of folks, simple is hard. How do you decide what to do and just do it, right? I don't get that. So what I needed to do was to sit down and really document my process, to sit down and really figure out what causes other people to overstress and underperform. And when I did that, I came up with the Get Unstuck challenge, which essentially is 3 parts. Number 1, you got to get out of your head. Number 2, you got to get out of your way. And number 3, you got to get at least 3 ETs done each day. Now, ETs, I'm going to talk about that because there are different levels to this statement of this acronym of what is ET, okay? Now, before we get into the ETs you got to do each day, let's talk about number 1, which is getting out of your head, okay? So let's say, for example, I want to build a website because I'm a web designer, all right? So I want to build a website. I come up with the concept, bim, bam, boom. I put it together. I'm done. Right? That's me. It's easy. I can get it done relatively quickly, right? But in my experience, because I've been doing this for 20 years, I work with people who are procrastinators, who are perfectionists, who are placing too much pressure on themselves when it comes to getting the thing that they want done, when it comes to turning the dream into a reality. So I'm like, okay, I'm here. A, I want to build a website. B, the website is done. I do the work, I get to B. I'm done. But there's so many people who that's not their reality. To go from A to B, they sitting up in here in ET, emotional turmoil. Now, there are different types of ET. I'm going to break them down for you. But the first one is they up in here, emotional turmoil. LaShanda, I don't know what my brand should be. I don't know if I should put this up here or that out here. I'm ready, but I ain't ready. Because what if I put it out there and somebody steals my stuff? Like, or what if I put it out there and I put all this money into this thing and it don't work? But wait, okay, I know I said I wanted to do this. But okay, we going to pause a second because what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? ET, emotional turmoil. I need you to raise your hand for me if you classify yourself as an OMG, overwhelmed manic genius. That's one of my signature SistaSense acronyms to describe OMG entrepreneurs who are freaking geniuses, but they're manic. One day they're up, the next day they're down, and most days they're overwhelmed. And see, when you're an overwhelmed manic genius, when you have that OMG, again, raise your hand for me if that classifies some kind of person that you might be. It's hard for you to go from A to B because as opposed to just saying, hey, this is what I need to do, I'm going to do it, you find yourself struggling through it. You're in some sort of state of quicksand because you got all this emotional turmoil, all this stuff up in your head telling you, but what about this and what if that you can't quite move forward. You got to get out of your head. Number 1. Number 2, you got to get out of your own way. Let me ask you something. I don't know if you ever heard the phrase before, ain't nothing changed but the day. For a lot of people, they are wanting to move forward, but they feel like they're spinning their wheels, like a hamster on a wheel. And for those people, I talk about ET, eternal time loops. You feel like you're in a freaking time loop, like that movie Groundhog's Day. Ain't nothing changed but the day. And even though the day is changes, they all look the damn same because you in a time loop. You stuck. There's no progress. Nothing is moving forward. What can you do to get out of the emotional time loop? You got to get out of your own way. There are some things that I want to say, but I'm not going to say right now because, of course, we would be on here forever. But understanding what it means to first get out of your head and to become the type of person who is able to figure out what needs to get done and do it, that's number one. But number two, being the type of person to unblock your blessings and unblock your business means that you got to figure out how you blocking it. You personally, how you need to get out of the way so that you can bring in the abundance, you can manifest what it is that you're trying to bring in. Number two. And number three, for me, it's all about getting at least 3 ETs done every day. So again, I said to you, there are different ways that I define ET. At the end of the day, some people are in situations where it could be you, maybe not, but I've found that some people are in situations where they want to get ET everything done, like for real. They're like, look, I need to be a speaker. I need to have courses done. I need to have this membership website together. I need to have my brand products together. I want t-shirts, LaShanda. I want books. I want journals. I want it all. And I needed it like yesterday because I'm super behind when it comes to doing this stuff online. Everybody is where they need to be except me. I need to get everything done. And hun, that is a lot of pressure. You in that pressure cooker right now and you like, oh, there's so much you want to do, but you don't have enough time to do it. So you find yourself in emotional turmoil because there's so much anxiety around all the stuff that's going on in your head. There's so much frustration, depression, and guilt and shame around all the stuff that you say you want to do, but you never have enough time to do it. So you do very little. Right? You want to do everything and the kitchen sink. You want to get all of this stuff done yesterday, but you can't do it today because there's not enough time. I always say you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are stuck because they're in their own way and they don't know how to get out of their way. Okay? So one of the things I talk about is being in a place when I challenge you to get unstuck. I challenge you to replace the ETs of wanting to do everything with ET essential things. Because there are some essential things that you need to do on a daily basis to get you to the point where you are progressing towards your definition of success. One of my favorite quotes is success is the sum total of things that you do day in and day out, which means you got to figure out how to do these small essential things every day. Reduce the pressure and the stress, get towards your definition of success by going from ET wanting to do everything to focusing on ET, the essential things. But how do you do that? How do you get out of your head? How do you get out of your own way? How do you get at least 3 ETs done each day? Well, I got that for you. It's a challenge, okay? It's called the Get Unstuck Boss Challenge. And I'm going to teach you what I know you need to do to get through these things that are causing you, well, again, everybody over here, well, it feels like anyway, right? Folks over here, to be clear, they knocking it out. They're getting things done relatively quickly. And you over here stressing. It's taking me a day to do this. It's taking you a month, 2 months, 2 years plus to do that. We need to get you out of that so that you can simplify the process and amplify your success. Go from OMG, overwhelmed manic genius to OMG, oh my goodness. Look at all the good that I have created. So, all right, here's the deal. I want you to take a look at the Get Unstuck challenge over at SistaSense.com. That's me, SistaSense, SistaSense.com/Get Unstuck. Okay? Check it out, see if it's a good fit for you. But if nothing else, my goal is to at least break down the 3 steps for you, because what you got to do is, again, figure out how to get out of your head, get out of your way, and get at least 3 ETs done each day so that you're preventing yourself from being in emotional turmoil. ET, you're preventing yourself, or at least getting better solutions so you don't feel like you're always ET and in an eternal time loop, lost in a loop, not seeing change, not seeing progress. You want to progression, or your definition of success. You want to be able to essentially get to a space where, again, you're getting these ET essential tasks, everyday tasks done that are going to help you win. Unblock your business, unblock your blessings, and move forward. So hopefully you can check out the challenge and see it's the kind of challenge that you want to do. Of course, as always, if you got any questions for me, I have some fire focused direction for you. You can always email your questions over to sistasense@gmail.com. And or as you're on the SistaSense.com website, click the gray tab on the right and send me a voice message. All right, that's it for today, y'all. See you on the other side of getting unstuck so that your success can stick. Mwah.